So let's talk about the Big 12 coaches. Now, I wanted to rank Big 12 coaches because when you look at the list of coaches in the Big 12, right? It truly is like when you start to like think about ranking, it's wide open, dude. It is wide open. Now, I think Scotty, look at Scotty. Jesus Christ, this guy is like very locked in. He's ready. He is ready to go. He's ready to go. It's like, are you trying to intimidate me? Because it's working if you are.
No, you're just feel intimidated because you know I'm right.
Well, I know how well educated you are on stuff like this, and I know how serious you take it. So it does make me a little nervous. I really respect your opinions. Do you want to do my coaches or yours?
Well, let me respond to what you just said, in that I don't think anybody would argue the Big 12 has the best coaches in college football, but just like I would argue for teams, I think the Big 12 is the deepest league in college football, and just like I would argue for quarterbacks, I think it's the deepest conference this season for quarterbacks. I think we decided to rank our 5 Big 12 coaches, and I probably considered 11 or 12 guys.
Yeah.
Like it is a bunch of B+, A- kind of head coaches in college football.
Yeah. You want to do your list first or mine?
It's up to you, Pete. You're the host, baby.
Yeah, but
you call it. Call your shot. Call your shot.
I'll do mine first because I think you'll be less apt to crush me if you're thinking about how you're going to talk about yours. Okay, so you see, that's not a mistake. That's not.
They teach you when you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan that you can have 2 number 5s, apparently. 6 equals 5 in Philadelphia.
Okay, I was locked in. So Chris Kleiman, right? The guy set the FCS on fire and then comes right into Kansas State and like, oh, I'm going to replace Bill Snyder, a legend? No problem. Now, recently, and this guy's won a Big 12 championship. Now, recently, we've seen some slippage maybe, right? But I believe that the Kansas State is a team that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially this year with Matt Wells as OC. And part of my list is a little bit of forecasting, right? Like most of it is body of work, but it's also like, how do I expect these guys to do this year? I think Kansas State is going to have an amazing year. Last year with Kleiman too, there was personal stuff around the team, around him, I'm sorry. And he always said, it's not in my house, but it's very close to me personally. And I think he's going to be back 100% this year, mentally, right? And I look for great things from Kansas State. Coach Prime, that one's pretty easy. I mean, since he's gotten to Colorado, what he's done for the team, and I'm just talking football, he's resurrected that program that was dormant. 1 win before he got there. And you could joke around and say they lost the Alamo Bowl, but they were in consideration for obviously the Big 12 title game till the very end of the season, and people were seriously conversing about them making the playoff. And Dion too at Jackson State was amazing. Okay, Kenny Dillingham. If I could buy stock in one guy in college football, it will be Kenny Dillingham. And I am also very cognizant of like there could be a little bit of a setback this year. 1, because there's a target on your back. 2, because you lost Cam Scattaboo. And 3, because your quarterback, I think, is like really overhyped going into the season. That's just like I think he's a very good quarterback, but I think we've decided, okay, let's pick somebody to anoint the next big thing. Oh, he went to the college football playoff. I need to see a little bit more from Sam Levitt over body of work, but whatever. You got my Kenny Dillingham. Mike Gundy, this one's easy. Okay. Mike Gundy had a terrible year last year. Now, will it become a trend? We'll find out this year. There's no sure thing. But his body of work speaks for itself. I don't need to talk much about Mike Gundy. Kyle Whittingham, a guy who has been in the conversation for national championship many times, won the Pac-12 when the Pac-12 was legit, okay, with powers like Oregon and USC. So Kyle Whittingham, again, I think he's like an easy pick. I think actually Gundy and Whittingham, like last year, they would have been 1 and 2 with a bullet. And my last one, which Scotty disrespects, is Matt Campbell. And here's why.
Spoiler alert.
And here's why I say Matt Campbell. 1, He is the one guy. Now I might be. Well, it's not true because Dion was. Two of my guys, just so everybody knows, were, especially Matt Campbell, were legitimate NFL coaching candidates. So that should tell you enough about their skill set as coaches. Okay. Particularly Matt Campbell. He was in the mix for the Bears job. Secondly, his defense, his 3-5-5 is amazing, right? And it has, like, that's all anybody talks about, opposing offenses. And third, that team and that program was complete horseshit until he showed up. And he has now made them, the 2 Big 12 championship appearances, lost both. Last year, have they been in the Big 12 title game twice, Scotty, or just once? Maybe
twice, I believe.
Twice, okay, twice. And last year they won 11 games, most in school history. And they are showing no signs of slowing down. And I think the reason that we don't give Matt Campbell enough credit is because he's super boring and he wants it to be that way. Like, I've interviewed Matt Campbell a couple times and he's super nice and cordial, but he ain't going to give you anything. Like, he's not going to give you a lot. So I think sometimes folks shy away from giving him his just due. All right, Swingler, knock yourself out.
Pete, I think people have a perception of me that when I make sports arguments, it's all emotional and subjective and there's no objectivity to it.
No, I don't think that, but so you are emotional.
What I attempted to do, and anytime I make a list like this, I'm trying to hold everyone to the same standard. And maybe we can disagree about what the standard is, but if you have the same standard, it makes it really easy to pull emotion out of it and be objective.
You have a process.
And so, yes. And so I made up my mind on a standard. I want to ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
Who else is a head coach in the Big 12 who is remarkably boring, is known for being a defensive mastermind, and has actually won
Dave Aranda
in his big? Let me finish. has not only won in his Big 12 championship appearance, won in a New Year's Six Bowl over an SEC power, and is the only coach in the Big 12 who has won a national championship as a head coach or a coordinator at the top level.
Homeboy, I hate to do this, but you wanted him fired in the middle of last year.
So that's my point, Pete. When I removed emotion and when I removed my own bias, it was undeniable. Dave Aranda belongs on this list. So here's my list, Pete, and it's very simple. 4 coaches in the current Big 12 have won the Big 12. Therefore, all 4 need to be on this list, and they are. What
about Sonny Dykes? He played for a national championship. That doesn't trump winning the Big 12? I don't see him.
Making a championship game is not more impressive than winning.
The national championship, they beat Michigan like they stole something.
Pete.
Like, that was I wrestled with that. Not having him on my list.
Pete, who did they lose to?
Georgia.
Kansas State in the Big 12 championship game.
It was a close game, though.
I don't care. So this is where we're going to argue. Matt Campbell, every argument you just made for Matt Campbell is Dave Aranda, except Dave Aranda has won the big game. Matt Campbell has not, and I'm sorry, NFL teams have called you is not a good resume booster for me. What have you done in college football? It's why as much as I love Matt Rule, and Matt Rule did go coach in the NFL, he has not been a better coach for Baylor than Dave Aranda because he lost the big games. Dave Aranda won them, okay? And I'm the first one to tell you Dave Aranda's resume the last 3 years has bummed me out. But he has a national championship on his resume as a coordinator, and he won the Big 12. So he's on my list.
By the way, one little nitpick, and this is kind of like a positive. By the way, just the shout out to our boy Kuz. You know it, baby. You know it.
Look at Pete.
Yeah.
Diverting because Scotty's dominating the argument.
Kuz is the man.
So listen.
Kuz is wondering why we don't have Rich Rod. All right. So look, Dave, my mom just said, "Would you let him finish?"
Thank you, Pete's mom.
Mom, hold on. So
come to Waco and see me.
Aranda is not boring. He's so interesting. I think that's like a misnomer. No, I think like he wants to be boring, but I think he's like fascinating.
He
like,
is the most.
After they won the Sugar Bowl, and he kind of had to go on a media tour. He was so interesting. Go ahead.
I don't think anyone in America finds Dave Aranda to be interesting.
I think you're wrong. Go ahead.
And I love him, but okay. So obviously I agree with you on Dillingham. Like you just can't deny what he did last season. And again, 4 coaches have won the Big 12. You left one off your list because you're a Aranda hater. You are. He gets on mine.
Aranda,
Dillingham gets on because of what he just did this past season. Gundy and Whittingham are the 2 that get on because of the resume. Cannot deny Mike Gundy. Again, he's won the Big 12. He's been in that championship more times. Again, more than Matt Campbell, Pete. More than Matt Campbell. He's consistently put one of the best offenses in America on the field for 20 consecutive years. Last year was an anomaly. Chris Kleiman, bro. This is where, again, I had to take emotion out of it. I did not want Chris Kleiman on here. I'm tired of Kansas State getting all this hype. You know how I feel about Avery Johnson. But the man made North Dakota State one of the coolest football programs in America, won multiple national championships, and has already won the Big 12. Again, defeating a TCU team that did go to the college football playoff to do so. He gets a ton of credit for me for that. And then Kyle Whittingham, it's just, again, it's boring. It's easily the best resume of any head coach in the conference. We will see. Both he and Gundy could be out next year. Like both he and Gundy, if those programs win 4 games again, could be out. But I think Utah bounces back probably this season. And it's just undeniable what he's done. So those are my 5. And I need a resume verifiable, objective metric why Campbell is better than any of those 5, because I can't find it, Pete. Wins per season, championships, like NFL.
I think it's a situational pick for me. When you look at what he walked into at Iowa State, what he has built, they're like a 5-star destination now, which is like Ames, Iowa. Like, come on, dude. Like, they just had 2 wide receivers get drafted in like the first 3 rounds. Like, that's like unheard of for an Iowa State team.
But he was outcoached by Kenny Dillingham in a championship game, and you ranked him over Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, because his body of work is more extensive at this point.
But Kenny Dillingham's so like this is
what I'll give Dillingham too, and not Dillingham.
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
I say Dillingham. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. So here's what I'll give you. The toughest part in ranking these is body of work versus peak, right? So for me, that's what puts Whittingham so high. That's what puts Kleiman so high. That's what put Gundy so high. It is the body of work. Also, they've all won conference championships, which Matt Campbell has not. And then, it's for me, Aranda and Dillingham both. Like, Aranda has huge holes on his resume. Like, 2022 is still utterly, in 2023, utterly unacceptable as a Baylor fan. But I will take a conference championship victory, a conference championship over, we got there a couple times. Okay, great. If Matt Campbell wins the Big 12, he immediately catapults towards the top of this list. I give you that. But he hasn't. He has not.
All right, look, I respect you. I respect everything you said. I disagree on some parts.
But can you give me a grounded?
Oh, Mom, Scotty froze. It's perfect.
It is not. Everybody needs a Scotty.
Everybody needs a Scotty, my mom just said. Yeah, everybody needs a Scotty to freeze right now. So as you can see, Scotty probably broke something because he's so upset about getting dominated in this argument. That's something that happens every so often when you try to match wits with me.